I'm bald. Peace. My name is Queen Mubba Mrs. Lacey Taylor, and I am the Melanated Millennial Homemaker, and welcome to the Empowered Space. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe.
So bring it over. Bring your love to me, baby. Bring your love to me, baby. So bring it over. Bring your love to me, baby. Hey. So I can treat you like a queen, baby.
This is my portion of my channel, it's my family channel, where I empower you to live your best life using mental health wellness as your roadmap, okay? Specifically mindfulness. Mindfulness and spirituality is what got me to this point. So let's start from the beginning. Okay, so before cutting my hair, I had freeform locks. And I had freeform locks since 2015. And if you're unfamiliar with what freeform locks are, here's a picture. Okay, if you're unfamiliar with what freeform locks are when a person has, this is what people call dreadlocks, but I say there's nothing dreadful about my locks. But when people have locks, and instead of getting monthly maintenance or bi-weekly maintenance, we just let our hair grow. Like when we first start our locks, we don't even section it. We just twist it and just let it grow. And with those locks, I endured so much pain, so much grief, so much strife. And it's like the strand of hair that broke the camel's back. You know, when I made the decision to cut my hair, I had been grieving so much. I had lost two of my great uncles and countless other family members months prior. And I just had a lot of changes in my family, in my extended family dynamic. And it became to be too much for me. And hair holds energy. And a person who says that they're not attached to their hair, I have to call BS on that, because your hair is part of your identity. Because let me tell you, one of my taglines, my tagline was, you know, I'm Queen Mother Mrs. Lacey Taylor, your favorite sis with the freeform locks and tattoos who be baking bread. That was part of my persona. You know, I was the homemaker who had freeform locks, who had tattoos, who used colorful language, who was just different. I consider myself to be a wild woman. And I had that attachment to my hair, and I was like, you know, I'm going to cut my hair one day. You know, when I turn 40, I'm going to cut my hair. Oh, maybe when I turn 50, I'm going to cut it. And I'm well in my 30s right now. And you see, my hair is no more. So it was the week that I decided to shave my head when I went to my ancestor, Mother Mary Ewing. I went to her altar and I asked for wisdom. I said, Aunt May, give me wisdom. I lit my purple wisdom candle and I said, Aunt May, give me wisdom. And I just sat there and I meditated on it. And then once I was ready to get up, I just put out the flame with my fingers. And I drank me some water and I walked back to my room. went to sleep, and then I don't know if it was the next day or a couple days later, but it was very close where I woke up and I just had this deep conversation with my husband, and I was just like, babe, it's time for me to cut off my hair. And what I heard was, cut that mess off your head. So there was somewhat of a grieving process that came with that. And I'm not trying to offend anyone with freeform locks right now. My eldest daughter has freeform locks. But for me, what my ancestors said to me, that's what my ancestors said to me. Okay? So this is no disrespect to the freeform lock community or lock community at all. And so there was a grieving process. So I think it was a few days. It was a grieving process. And it's just like, okay, I have to shed it. And, you know, the day I cut my hair, I documented it. And I'll make sure that I post it, I link it up top of the video. I documented it because I wanted to hold on to it. I wanted to hold on to the momentum of where I started. Like, the freeform locks got me to where I am now. They helped me to embrace my individuality. It helped me to crush the beauty standards that the media portrays, you know, and I just let my hair grow and be free and be wild. But to be free and to be wild comes with a price, because those locks, they hold on to energy, and especially when they're intertwined like that. Especially when they're intertwined, when they're together, fused. I had like 10 locks, a cluster of 10 locks. Like 10 locks here, 3 locks here, maybe 15 locks, you know. There's no way for that energy to escape. So where does it stay? It goes into your locks, and you carry that. And you know, the end of your locks, the tip of your locks, that's the beginning of your locks. So just all that energy, and I want to say it, I'm going to call it out, it's stagnant energy. Stagnant energy. The stagnant energy that had me down in the dumps. I would try so hard to pull out of the slumps of depression, that rabbit hole of depression. And I just couldn't figure out, what is it? But it finally came to me, you know, with the wisdom of my ancestors and the universe, all praises. And I had to free myself of the locks. So let's walk through me cutting my locks and the feelings and the emotions. So I had an emotional talk with my husband. I was just letting it all out. And then my release, you know, following the talk with my husband, was me cutting my hair. So not too long after we talked, I cut my hair off. And so I went into the bathroom, propped my phone up. And first I just started cutting the scissors. So I was just like, ah, after the first cut, that felt good. And then I started cutting all the clusters off. And I was like, no, because at first, when I, you know, said I had to cut my, well, decided to cut my hair, I thought I was just going to do like an afro. No, that's not where the energy was directing me to go. The energy was directing me to take it all off. So I got down, I cut all the clusters off, and then we were down to like the afro. And I felt light, but not light enough. And then I started cutting the afro. And then I took the clippers. And when I first stroked my hair, well, my scalp, I was like, whoa. I was starting to feel like a new person. I was feeling as if the lotus flower, it opened up. Oh my gosh. And ever since I cut my hair, ever since I released the hair from my scalp, I'm regulating my emotions better. Like, I'm not letting anxiety get the best of me, and I'm not letting it turn into depression, because as we know, anxiety is the catalyst to depression. It takes the anxious person to be anxious and to ruminate on that anxious thought or feeling, and then instead of it just depleting, that anxiety goes back up, and it's like, now we're feeling the feelings of guilt. Why did I let myself feel like this? I'm a terrible person. I'm not that good. And then we go down the slopes of depression. No. I don't let myself get past the first feeling of anxiety in my chest. And that's the thing. We got to know where we feel the anxiety. So my thing is anxiety. I have to keep my anxiety in check, because if I don't, it turns into depression. No doubt. But since removing my hair, it's like I feel it. I pause for the cause. Can I change the situation? If I can't, we release it. If I can, let's get to work. I'm not saying that cutting your hair is the answer to your mental health. No. For me, the wisdom that I went out to seek from my ancestors, this was part of my answer. This is part of my journey. Cutting your hair is not for everybody. It's not. It's not for everybody. You really have to be okay with who you are. You have to be okay with yourself. You have to love yourself. This is me. I have no makeup. I have no makeup on. Take the glasses off. All I have is shea butter. I keep licking my lips because I ain't putting it on my lips. All I have is shea butter on my head and my face. This is me. Me in my raw form. I was born with a head full of hair. This is the first time in my life that I have ever been without hair. And had I not loved Lacey for who she is, had I not been okay with who Lacey is, and you know, after, it was probably like a couple weeks into, you know, me being bald, I see so many dents and scars in my head, and I'm like, where did these come from? You know, it's definitely a deeper level of getting to know who you are. Because when you can detach from your hair, just think of all the other things you can detach from. And prior to me cutting my hair, I had to detach from a lot of things. And it just felt like it was just so hard. I just felt like, oh, how can I live? I'm still here, aren't I? You watching this vlog, aren't you? March 4th, 2025. I'm glad I cut my hair. You know that song by India Irie? I am not my hair. I am not my hair. I don't want my hair. It'll be a sad day. I am not my hair. I'm not my hair. And neither are you. But you got to do what suits you. And you got to seek the wisdom for yourself. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But thank you for joining me on the Empowered Space. I'm glad you're here. If you made it this far, you're the rock star. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe. Until next time, balance, love, and light. Peace.